What a wonderful way to start the day. Heaven came down and glory filled my soul. So, Mr. Piano Man, we're going to have to find the words to that.
Okay.
And the choir is going to sing that. Or I'm going to throw a fit down here on the floor.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have been told to step up a little closer to the microphone, so if it's hurting your ears, sorry. Blame that one. Well, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Of course we can hear you.
I wasn't looking for confirmation, it was a statement. Here are the announcements for today. You can read at the back of your bulletin. I'm going to work from a list. And number one is called Rise Up Against Hunger. Okay? St. Luke, United Methodist Church, will package 10,000 meals with Rise Up Against Hunger on Palm Sunday, April 14th, beginning at 1:30 p.m. in hopes of sharing the good news of the risen King with others. They would love to partner with fellow South District churches to package even more meals. If you're interested in joining them, please contact the Reverend John Hahn at St. Luke's United Methodist Church.
No. They're signing up here. You didn't read the other note.
Sign up out there. I was reading it, and man, I was going to finish it. And by the way, that's for youth and adults.
And children.
What's the difference between youth and children?
Maturity.
All right, let's change the subject. Maybe I can get this one right. We're going to hand out water on April 6th at 8 a.m. for the Nolanville 5K Foxtrot. It's been a long time since I danced, so I guess I better run it. Okay. Sanctuary cleanup. We all clean up around our chair at home or around the house. And this is our church home. So, and I'm included, Terry does a great job of it. He goes out and cleans up the grounds around the church. Every Sunday you can see him going out and cleaning up and chasing bugs in here. Every now and then he catches one. So why can't you and I do that? If we can make it to church, we can clean up our area. And then we have cleanup days where you can sign up to clean up. That was pretty good, sign up to clean up. I'll quit there while I'm ahead. Movie The Pilgrim Progress. And that is, there's nothing else written there.
April 4th.
April 4th.
It's on the back.
It's on the back of the bulletin. I told you to read the bulletin. I don't have to read it more to you. Pulse t-shirts. There's a sign-up sheet out there for $5 per shirt. You can own one, all right? I think it would help. It would be just a great idea if as many of us as possible could sign up. $5 a shirt, that's it.
That's for our first year anniversary.
Oh, the Gideons do such a great job, and I intended to include them in my sermon a while back, and I'm not sure that I did. But in any event, I have yet to go anywhere in this country and stay in a hotel or motel without opening a door and finding a Bible, thanks to the Gideons. When I was in the military, I was handed a small personal Bible. thanks to the Gideons. So we gave from the last Sunday $255 to the Gideons. I thank you. And Terry, do you have anything to say? He's asleep like my wife.
No, he didn't hear you.
Jane?
I will, I'll put in a little sales pitch for the Gideons. The Gideons and the auxiliary that is associated with the Gideons is very close to my heart. And when Terry and I, joined this church, it was in 1999, and we joined the Gideons in 2000. Well, have you ever gotten married and thought you got married because you loved that person as much as you possibly could, and that's why you got married? That is not true. My mother told me when I married this guy here that that I would love him more, you know, as the days went on. Well, because of the Gideons, not because of the Gideons, it didn't happen because of that, but I found out what my mother said was true. I also found out that the more I loved the Lord, the more I loved him. So that's my Sunday morning sales pitch for the
And
Gideons.
to that, you get a resounding amen. All right, we want to talk about an Emmaus walk. I don't know how many you've been on, Bill. 4? I've been on 3.
Oh, no, excuse me, no, I've only been on
It's okay, Bill.
2,
Nobody knows the difference.
1 or 2.
Anyhow, I went as a pilgrim on 1, and then I went as a working member and a presenter on a couple more. It is a Christ-filled, Spirit-filled, wonderful weekend. They've kind of shortened it up from where we went, anyhow, to where you are loved, pampered, nothing you want is not available to you. More food than you can shake a stick at, and more love than Bill or I can tell you about. So I'm going to give Bill a shot at saying amen to that and a few extra words, I guess. We've got an Emmaus walk in 2 weeks.
No,
The Emmaus walk forms are due in 2 weeks.
and we have 4 out applications, which is really good, but we need a couple more.
All right, did you hear that? We have 4 applications, but we need a couple more. And those of you who in the church who have been on an Emmaus walk before, remember we have some duties to these people as well. So, in 2 weeks or less, we need filled out Emmaus walk forms. Okay? And Bill is the head of the committee. Anything else?
Well, as we get closer to the walk, I've got the names of everyone who's been on the walk, and we'll get together separately with those folks and decide who's gonna do what to help our pilgrims and the other pilgrims that are going on the walk.
Okay. Well, I've included you and I, but our pastor has been on how many walks? I don't know. She's done 5, so we got to get busy and get going there.
Well, she's the lady, what is your title? You're going on this walk as
I'm the female spiritual director.
the female spiritual director.
Okay. Enough said. Anybody got any questions? See Bill or Patricia or I? Or anybody else here? Robert, you been on an Emmaus walk or 2 or 3?
A few.
Okay. Robert's another one. Terry?
I'd just like to say, it's not cut to 2, they will take 20 if 20.
Oh, yeah. But anyhow, give it some serious consideration. You'll never, ever regret it. I promise.
That's a fact.
Do we have any, well, we have visitors. Do we have a visitor?
We do. Little Nova.
Do we have anybody who would stand up and say, I'm a visitor? I don't blame you. I'll tell you, I visited a church one time and they said, we don't want to embarrass anybody that's a visitor by asking them to stand up. So would anybody who's a member here stand up? Well, you know, everybody stood up but me. You know. So that left this visitor sitting on his la-la. Anyhow, we're glad to have you with us. Amen?
Amen.
All right. Now, birthdays. Do we have a birthday there? No, okay. How about an anniversary? Or anniversaries? Nobody got born and nobody got married around here. Well, that being said then, when I get turned to that page,
Joy.
I forgot about the joy jar, didn't I, Norma? I'll hear about it when I go home. Joys, concerns, celebrations.
Well, I'm very joyful this morning for several reasons. I'm up and moving around, thank God for that. And I'm a new grandma.
Oh. Hey, by the way, it's very nice to see you. We know you've been ill.
Thank you.
Well, every month, or every 2 weeks actually, the ship that our grandson is now serving on, the Kearsarge, the captain writes a long letter explaining to the people ashore what their family members are doing on this ship. It's really quite interesting. I don't understand a lot of it, but it's interesting to read. Well, this week, when we opened it up to read it, it had a picture of our grandson. Couldn't see his face, mind you, because his back was to us, but he was directing a plane to take off of the ship. And I just thought that was just fabulous.
Kearsarge is it's a head ship in a fleet. They got a bunch of Marines on it.
Our daughter has been here this past week, and we have enjoyed her company so much. And also, we had been praying for our grandson to get a job, he got one. And it's really in his favor because he loves to cook, and he's got a good head on his shoulders for that. And he's working in a restaurant, and he is going to be allowed to go back in the kitchen and hang out with the chef. So that's a good thing.
Maybe he'll send some home to grandma and grandpa.
Maybe he will.
So, about 3 years ago, we started praying for my little nephew, Tice, when he was born. He weighed right out of pound. Well, he celebrated his 3rd birthday yesterday.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Some of you may have heard that there was a bus fire, school bus fire.
Yes.
Michael Payne was the driver, and the bus was totaled. There were no kids on the bus, and Michael didn't get hurt, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
But if you've ever seen a bus fire, those buses are made of plastic, fiberglass, and there's a lot more that can kill you other than the flames. And he was driving in front of the new HEB, and a lady comes up and points down and yells at him, flames, and he looks down and he sees flames coming out, and you could just smell a little bit of the smoke. He pulls over to the curb, and all of a sudden his bus was full of black acrid smoke. But he got out, and they put it out, and if you saw the picture in the paper, the whole front of the bus, and the good thing he got out, because when the bus exploded, the windshield exploded in, and and he got out just in time. But he did a good job, and prayers for him because he did it right.
Yeah. Hi, Ruth.
Hi. This is for my niece. He's at home now. He needs another surgery, but for now he's at home recovering.
Yeah, that is terrific. Well, Jay said something back here, and I turned around to find out what it was, but it was That's terrific. We're glad. Are there any other concerns or celebrations? Okay, then, if none being, then if you would rise and turn to hymn number 4.